Well, my technical title is brand manager, which involves the design of posters, the promotion of the place, the maintenance of the website and the Facebook. But what I do in a practical sense is I also book bands, promote the gigs, and I'm here to coordinate with the bands when they arrive and so on, and take a more general sort of interest in the business.
So how long have you been doing that here?
I've only been head promoter since last summer, so I think about July or August in 2014. But my first gig I ever put on here was in August of 2000, but it was only kind of 1 or 2 here or there.
So obviously 53 Degrees just across the road is closed down, probably the biggest live music venue for students. How do you think that'll affect business here?
In the short term, we've actually seen a minor boost in our custom from sort of December of last year. Generally, we've done quite well. We've seen attendances at gigs improve, we've seen takings improve, and the general sort of profile of the place improve. Over the long term, I can't honestly say how it will affect it, because without a large venue in a town, the town can stop being seen as a destination for touring acts to go, and so that could have a kind of trickle-down effect where no one really knows about Preston, even the smaller bands. So it's hard to say at this moment. It's only been closed 3 months.
I see. So the Ferret, I would say, is relatively niche. Maybe not everyone's cup of tea. So how do you think the closing will affect the clientele? Do you think it will change?
I don't think it is niche, to be honest. We have a completely open music policy. I think we're always going to be reviewed as an alternative venue, which is a rock and indie pop. But we have all sorts on. I mean, in fact, the thing that's playing in the background right now we've had on, it's a kind of 50s swing band. We had them on a few weeks ago. We have blues on, we have folk on, Indian rock, as I said. We have now a specialised metal night on a Thursday. So there's nothing we're not open to. I think it's only historically because of some of the previous ways it was promoted and booked, in that it was very, very Indian rock orientated, but I'm much, much more open.
So can you talk me through some events or special days that you have planned here for the future?
Well, absolutely. What we've started to do, now we have the option of a late licence at weekends, we're starting to put on some late opening nights, which you could roundly call club nights. What they're going to tend to be is we're going to have a couple of bands and then a club night afterwards that kind of fits in. So this weekend we've got a new metal nostalgia night. Next month we've got a Britpop nostalgia night. We've got a kind of 60s funk and soul and Motown night. And then in the summer we've got Rose planned. We have Glaston Ferret, which is an event we have every year, always massively popular, where obviously the mould is Glastonbury for that, where we turf the whole inside of the pub. We have hay bales to sit on, we have a cider bar, we have DJs in a gazebo outside with a barbecue and so on. We have a lot more all-day events this summer, including a Spanish barbecue. We've got a club night which has been massive in Preston for years, which is moving here this summer, that do kind of all-day hip-hop barbecues and all-day dance barbecues, and again like that opening dancey club nights as well. So again, completely varied kinds of nights.
So not niche at all, really.
No. So we're trying to move it on from that idea that it's entirely niche. It's always going to be a music venue. It's always going to be it is a kind of grungy rock pub, but as I say, we're open to anything.
So I would say your most recent big event was the Last Band Standing. Can you talk me through that?
Okay, well, the idea sort of came to me last year that we've never done any kind of band competition. Generally, I think they tend to be not very well run, not very well attended. They do tend to be an excuse for a cheap night because you don't have to pay the bands. But I thought, well, if we're going to do it, we can do it well. We can do it better than anyone else. So we didn't call it Battle of the Bands for a start. We decided to call it the Last Band Standing, and we tried to get the cream of sort of local talent onto it, promote it in the right way. Come up with really worthwhile industry prizes and not just a cash sum. We had a professional recording time in a professional studio, a BBC introducing session, artwork for whatever they recorded, a band photo shoot, a music video, and we managed to secure a spot on a cloud spotting festival bill, as well. So we thought that was enough to sell it to bands, and it was massively successful. I mean, attendances grew and grew and grew, and in the final, it was absolutely rammed. There was people up the stairs, there was people on chairs. It was insane.
So, would you say that the Ferret itself has any competition with nearby pubs like the Guild or the Adelphi?
Not for what we do. Now that 53 is gone and Blitz also closed, and the Guildhall is going through something of a refurbishment, but I don't think it'll ever really put on bands as such. We have no competition, which is fine by me. It means everyone comes here. But we are, in a sense, competitive in other areas because we do food and we sell craft beer, and the kind of things we sell are very trendy at the moment. Craft beer is really in. We do really great gourmet burgers and hot dogs, and a lot of other places are trying to capitalise on that market, but none of them are as good as ours. So
that's great.
Tough for them.
If you were gonna sort of say one thing to people that were potentially going to come here, never been before, what would you say?
Well, I'd say to give it a go. If you're into live music, or really music, or just music that's recorded, come here, because we've got live bands on at least 3 days a week, sometimes 4 or 5. We have pub quizzes. We try, as I say, to appeal to absolutely everyone. So just give it a go. We're in a really obvious place, right by the university. Don't go to the usual, obviously student places. Come here.